Hello and welcome. Today we will talk about the life of one very famous man. His name is Donald Trump. This is a story about his life. It has success, problems, money, fame, and big changes. It is also a story about ambition, about never giving up, and about believing in yourself even when life is hard. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy this journey. Donald Trump was born in New York City, in the United States, in 1946. He grew up in a big family. His father was a businessman. His mother stayed at home and took care of the children. Donald was one of 5 children. As a young boy, he was active and sometimes difficult. He did not always follow rules at school. Because of this, his parents sent him to a strict school. They wanted him to learn discipline and respect. At that school, Donald learned to work harder. He also learned to compete. He liked winning. He liked being strong and confident. These early years helped to shape his future personality. Even as a child, he showed ambition. He wanted to do big things. He wanted to be important. After school, Donald went to college. He studied business and economics. He learned about money, buildings, and how companies work. He was not only interested in studying. He also liked thinking about real business life. He wanted to follow his father's path but also do more. After college, he went to a special school for business. There, he learned more about real estate. Real estate means land and buildings. This would become very important in his life. After finishing his studies, Donald started working in his father's company. The company built and rented houses in New York. Donald had big ideas. He did not want to stay small. He wanted to build large and famous buildings. He started working on big projects in New York City. One of his first big successes was a hotel project. He turned an old building into a luxury hotel. This was a very important moment. People began to notice him. He was not just his father's son anymore. He was becoming a businessman on his own. But life was not always easy. Sometimes he made mistakes. Sometimes he lost money. But he did not stop. He kept going. This is an important lesson from his life. Failure is not the end. It is part of learning. Donald Trump became very interested in his name. He put his name on buildings. He wanted people to see his name as a sign of luxury. He built tall towers, hotels, and golf courses. He worked in cities like New York, Atlantic City, and many others. His style was strong and bold. Some people liked it very much. Some people did not like it. But everyone knew his name. He also became a very good marketer. He understood how to make people interested in him and his business. Slowly, his name became a brand. Even successful people have problems. Donald Trump had financial challenges in his life. Some of his companies had debts. Some projects were not successful. He had to deal with banks and difficult decisions. But he continued working. He negotiated. He changed plans. He did not give up. He learned that in business, you must be strong in difficult times. You must stay calm and find solutions. This period of his life shows another lesson: success is not a straight road. It goes up and down. Later, Donald Trump became famous on television. He was the star of a show where people competed in business tasks. The show was called The Apprentice. In the show, Donald was the boss. He looked at people and decided who was successful and who was not. One of his famous lines was, "You're fired." Many people watched the show. It was popular in many countries. This made him even more famous around the world. At this time, he was not only a businessman. He was also a TV star. This brought him new opportunities. People knew his face and his voice. Because of television, Donald Trump became a public figure. People talked about him a lot. Some people liked his confidence. They said he was strong and direct. Other people did not agree with him. But one thing was clear: he was never ignored. He always got attention. He used social media to share his ideas. He spoke directly to people. This made him even more known. Later in his life, Donald Trump decided to enter politics. This was a big change. He was now moving from business into government and leadership. In 2016, he became a candidate for President of the United States. Many people were surprised. Some supported him strongly. Others were against him. The country was divided in opinion. But he continued his campaign with energy and confidence. In 2016, Donald Trump won the election. He became the 45th President of the United States. This was a very important moment in his life and in world politics. As president, he made many decisions about the economy, immigration, and international relations. Some people supported his decisions. Others disagreed. His time in office was often discussed in the media. But during his presidency, he continued to show strong opinions and direct communication. After leaving office in 2021, Donald Trump remained active in public life. He continued speaking at events. He stayed involved in politics. He also continued his business activities. Many people still follow his actions closely. He remains a very well-known figure in the United States and in the world. His influence did not disappear after leaving the White House. Now let us think about the lessons from his life. First, he shows us that confidence is important. If you believe in yourself, you can try big things. Second, failure is part of life. Even very successful people face problems. Third, hard work matters. Success does not come quickly. It takes time and effort. Fourth, communication is powerful. The way you speak and present yourself can change how people see you. And finally, ambition can take you far. If you set big goals, you may reach big places. It is also important to say that not everyone agrees about Donald Trump. Some people admire him for his strength and business skills. They see him as a leader who speaks clearly and directly. Other people criticize him for his style and decisions. This shows that public life is complex. People can have very different opinions about the same person. But it also shows something important: leadership is not always easy or simple. Donald Trump has a family. He has children and grandchildren. Family has always been part of his life. Even with a busy career, he often talks about his children and their future. He has been married more than once. His personal life has often been in the media. But behind all the attention, he is still a person with a private life, like everyone else. In business, Donald Trump is known for real estate projects, hotels, golf courses, and branding. His name is used on many buildings. This is part of his legacy. Some projects were very successful. Some were not. But overall, he built a global brand. He showed how a name can become a business identity. Donald Trump is also part of modern culture. He appears in news, television, social media, and political discussions. Many people study his communication style. Many people discuss his impact on politics and business. He is a figure that people talk about, even when they disagree. Now we come to the end of our story. The life of Donald Trump is a story of ambition, risk, success, and controversy. It shows us that life can take many paths. You can start in one place and end in a very different place. You can face failure and still continue. You can be criticized and still move forward. And you can achieve things that change your life completely. If we take motivation from this story, it is simple. Dream big. Work hard. Learn from mistakes. And never stop moving forward. Life is not always easy. But every day is a new chance to try again. Thank you for listening to this podcast. And remember, your future is shaped by what you do today.